Hello. We are reading the delightful story of Miss Hickory, and she has discovered that her family has moved away and she has to figure out what to do for the winter. And she also discovered from the cat here that a chipmunk has taken residence in her home, her little corncob cabin, and is eating her berries. So let's see what happens next. There, look how upset she is. All righty, so we left off there. He was finishing his dinner, your basket of berries. There is the disgruntled Miss Hickory, their little nut face. Chapter 3, Up McIntosh Lane. Miss Hickory never remembered how long she sat above the ground, on the ground, under the rambler rose trellis. If she had been living in her own home at the back of the house, she might have cried. But that small corncob home, so cozy and familiar, was now occupied by Chipmunk. Here, with the open road in front, she was too proud to show her sorrow. More than sorrow, she felt despair. She became damp with the heavy dew and then stiff with the first frost. The wind whistling down from Temple Mountain whipped her wet skirts around her shivering legs. None of the few passerby noticed her. Mr. T. Willard Brown, warm and busy in the barn, gave her no thought. A light flurry of snow powdered her cap. But one day, when Miss Hickory was sure that her end was near, down the road from the orchard, walking briskly, came Crow. Would he, too, pass her by? No. Crow turned into the front path and approached. He came close to the spot where Miss Hickory huddled under the poor shelter of the rambler rose trellis. He raised one foot in salute. "Dear lady," Crow croaked, ignoring her bedraggled state. He understood that she had suffered a great loss. He was a busybody and had heard about Chipmunk. "Don't try to explain, Miss Hickory," he said hoarsely. "We all have our troubles. I told you that something would turn up. It has." "What?" She stood up and leaned against the trellis. "First of all," he told her, "you must realize that a change, travel, a new scene, are good for all of us. Especially you, Miss Hickory, need a change. You have been living for 2 years with those who feel they need a grocery store, a Ford car, a stove, and storm windows. You have grown soft." She held out her, oh, look at the library. She held out her arms, no longer proud. Look, that's cute. You can see where this book came from, all the way from New York. "Don't preach to me, Crow. What has turned up?" "A new home for you." He gave a hop jig step and a swing for show. "Don't ask any questions, but come along with me. There isn't any time to lose. I shall very likely be off for good tomorrow, and I want to see you well settled in before I leave. Come with me, dear lady." Miss Hickory stumbled weakly toward Crow, but he caught her underneath one wide black wing. His wing was like a tent, warm and soft. His big yellow feet guided her small twig ones as the two left the old place behind and took to the road. He shortened his steps to suit hers, talking earnestly in his rough voice as he led her toward the orchard. "Oh, look at that. That's very cute." The Crow is helping poor little Miss Hickory. "You spoke of the untidiness of my nest. How right you are, Miss Hickory. Sticks, chaff, and bark are all I ever use. But please realize that I am a man of affairs. I spend my days here and there in the cornfield, the orchard, the vegetable garden. All I need in the way of a home is a place to hang my hat. But my nest is built high at the top of a tall pine tree as a lookout. From it I saw your new home." They reached the orchard. "Turn this way," he told her. "We are going to follow McIntosh Lane along the side hill. You can't imagine how sheltered it is there, under the lee of the mountain, with the pine woods up above for a windbreak. Lean on me, Miss Hickory. We are almost there." As they found and took the stubble-grown path where the older apple trees had twisted in odd bent shapes, the better to climb the side of the side hill of the orchard and reached the sun. Miss Hickory felt herself floating rather than trudging along. She was lifted off her feet every now and then as she clung to Crow's wing. She felt again the energy that the woods always gave her. The exercise of trying to keep up with Crow warmed her. Her heart pounded with excitement, for she believed that Crow was helping her to begin a great adventure. Perhaps a small log cabin with a fireplace and a chimney was waiting beyond. When she had signed the lease, she would return, evict Chipmunk, and move her things up there to the side hill on McIntosh Lane. "Is it much further?" she gasped. Crow was muttering and did not answer at once. He had never been able to count above one. One cherry. Gulp, it was down. One plump green pea. One mouthful of corn. His father had taught him the corn planting rule. One for the cutworm, one for the crow, one for the farmer. "Never mind the rest of it," Crow's father had said. "It signifies nothing for us until later. Two to grow." So Crow was not counting the trees on the side hill, but naming them. Cherry, Northern Spy, Clap's favorite pear, McIntosh, Mactosh. His tongue was becoming twisted. "Here we are," he told her at last, as they were halfway or so along the side hill and deep among the leafless, gnarled shapes of the apple trees. He stopped beneath one that had not seemed worth pruning that spring. The branches touched the ground, and it leaned comfortably toward the slope of the hill, away from the wind. He loosed his hold on Miss Hickory and hopped toward a low-lying bough. "Climb up," he ordered. "But I don't understand," she hesitated. Crow spread his wings and disappeared among the branches of the apple tree, but his voice croaked down to her. "He who hesitates is lost. Do you or do you not want to live until spring? Climb, I told you." She grasped the low bough. How homelike it felt in her strong little twig fingers. "Swing up a bit and jump!" Crow's call came to her from higher up. This, she decided, was a game, and he wanted her to learn. She pulled on the bough that he wanted her to learn. She pulled on the bough, swayed pleasantly on a moment, and then jumped to another branch farther up. "Keep on," Crow croaked. "Climb along up." I think this is a good place to stop, where Crow is encouraging Miss Hickory to climb up, and he's going to find her a new place to call her home. Until next time.